instead of this forcing energy, they will see this flowing energy, and that will attract things. It will attract people, it will attract opportunities, it will attract possibilities. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna dive into a topic that can truly transform your life by finding clarity and freedom with aligning to your true core values. When you live in harmony with what you really truly love to do and what you want, that is when magic can happen. So let's get us started. The first step is understanding our core values. Our core values are the guiding principles that define our identity as well as our choices. Sometimes it can take a little bit longer time to understand what our true core values are, because it can be affected by years and years of people pleasing, or what your parents think that you should do, or how the norm or the society thinks that you should behave, or what visions you should have, or what values you should have. So in order for you to figure out your true core values, you need to start to look within. You need to quiet down the mind. You need to sit and you need to observe. What do you prefer to have around you? What do you value out of your life? What do you value in people? What do you value from yourself? What do you value from your surroundings? And when you start to notice this is when you can start to pay attention to your own true core values. So after a lot of work, and especially with the help from my coach, I've started to realize that my core values includes personal growth. It includes knowledge, community, traveling, having a free lifestyle, feeling free, being connected to my spirituality and to my inner knowing. When we have got to understand our core values, that is when we can start to align our lives and our lifestyles with our core values. This is when you can feel like you live in more harmony, that you feel more energized, inspired, that you are in a better flow rather than a forced state. And this is when we start to feel truly fulfilled from our lives, and we really love what we do and what we create for this world. If you are currently not satisfied with your own reality, if you feel like you lack clarity, like you lack motivation, that you feel misplaced, you feel lost, you feel burnt out, you feel like you are not in the right place, that is probably because you are not in alignment with your true core values. So what you need to do here is to really get clear of what your core values are, and then start to slowly align your life and your lifestyle with those values. It might be really hard, it might take a longer time than you think, but if you start to work on it, you will see how you slowly start to go into this flow state instead of this force state, where we're trying to push this giant rock up the biggest mountain, and we just feel so burnt out and so lack of energy and lack of motivation. But when you then start to align your life with your values, you're gonna start to feel more flow, more inspiration, more clarity, more motivation, so you don't have to drag yourself up from your bed every morning to get to work that you don't really want to do, and the life cycle just repeats, or the daily cycle just repeats. Here instead you can create something that you want to wake up for, that you want to go to work for, and that you want to create out of your life and in this lifetime. Aligning with your core values will help you to feel more purpose in life as well as more clarity. So really take the time to sit down and figure these ones out. So the next step is to align with our core values. And as I said in the beginning, my core values are personal growth, it's knowledge, it's community, it's traveling, and it's freedom. So what I need to do is I need to look at what buckets do I have, which is my core values, and how do I fill those buckets. So for example, for my personal growth, I decide to spend time going within, to learning more about myself, to meditate, to journal, to move my body in a nice way. When it comes to knowledge, I spend time acquiring new knowledge, so I keep learning new things, which is really fueling my soul. I make sure, or I have made sure, that I applied and I now work in a job where I can travel the world, so I get the traveling part as well. And I also have a community around me with inspiring people that has the same visions and ambitions as me, so they can fuel my soul and I can feel more fulfilled, because I'm filling up these buckets that are my core values, which is then aligning my inner self with my surroundings, with my chosen lifestyle and my chosen life. So what you need to do now is that you need to look at your core values and see what buckets they are, and then also starting to think about things that you can do to fill those buckets up. What you need to do to live in more alignment with your core values. What are the activities that you can do? Who are the people that you can surround yourself with? The more conscious you are about the choices of the activities that you do or the people that you hang around, the more you're gonna see that you fill these buckets up. You are aligning your life with your core values. You're gonna feel so much more purpose, so much more passion, fulfillment, inspiration and motivation in your life. Most people live on autopilot, and they wake up, they get themselves ready for work, they go to work the same way every day, they do their work, they go home from work the same way every day, they cook some food, they sit in front of the TV, they go to bed, and they do the same things on repeat day after day. When we start to live more consciously, we can start to see these patterns, and we can see, are they in alignment with the life that I want to live and the life that is actually fulfilling me from within, or do I need to make some changes? Do I need to hang out with other people? Do I need to consume other type of content, or do I need to do other types of activities? Everything for you to then start to fill up those buckets, fill up the cups of your core values. When I got clear on my core values and I started to do things to fill those cups up and fill those buckets up, I really started to see a shift in my energy. I started to see a different kind of Maddie. I started to see someone that was more excited for the day. I was more inspired, I was more motivated, I was more passionate about the things that I did. So when you start to see what those core values are, and that's why they're so important, then you can start to do things that are in alignment with that, and you can also see this transformation within you. So the third step is to understand the benefits of living in alignment. As I told you before, when I started to really dig deep in and find out my core values, then I started to fill up those buckets. I started to do actions and be surrounded by people and do things that really filled my soul up. When I did this shift, I really started to feel the difference within me. I started to feel way more energized. I started to feel way more clarity, purpose. I was more in alignment, and that is the true benefits, because when we do something that is in alignment with our core values, we will be more authentic with what we do. People will see a different kind of energy coming from us. Instead of this forcing energy, they will see this flowing energy, and that will attract things. It will attract people, it will attract opportunities, it will attract possibilities. When we are living in alignment, we will feel so much more freedom and fulfillment, because we are doing what we are here to do. We are doing what our soul is telling us to do. We are doing what we are meant to do. Life is really short and life is really precious. So it's not meant for us to keep on doing things that don't make us happy, that don't give us energy, that is not what our inner selves are telling us to do. That is not what life is about. Life is about living, exploring, meeting people, doing things, taking actions, taking risk, but then also feeling the safety net of having something and someone and yourself to fall back on. So the last step and the last point is action step for your transformation. So what I want you to do now is to really take time to see what your core values are and seeing what buckets that you need to fill up. Then you can start to think about things that you can do to fill those buckets up. What activities, what things, what people, what anything is gonna fill those buckets up, and start to note them down and set small daily promises to yourself to do one little thing of those things that you have written down for yourself each and every day to fill those buckets up. By setting those small daily promises and doing those small things for you to fill those buckets up, you're gonna see how you slowly start to direct your life and create a lifestyle that is more in alignment with your core values, which will then help you feel more fulfilled, will help you feel that you have more purpose, more clarity, but also more freedom and more energy and motivation. It's not an easy process, especially if you have been a people pleaser for years and years like I have. It will be hard to find out your core values, but really take the time. You can Google things online where you can see how to find out your core values, and then start to really align yourself with that. Start to live by those buckets or those core values. Start to make small things to fill those buckets up, and you will see how your life transforms. Remember, finding clarity, freedom and passion starts with aligning with your core values. When you start to live more authentically, guided by the things that truly matters to you, that is when you will start to live a life with more fulfillment as well as purpose. So stay tuned for more videos on this transformative journey. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.